Okay, so my name's Kaylan Black. I attend Envision Academy of Arts and Technology. Um, and I am 16. I'm a junior, and I am the Vice Youth Poet Laureate for 2021 and a finalist for 2022.
We love to see it. That's awesome. I'm Lucy. I was a 2017, yeah, that was a long time ago, Youth Poet Laureate. So I'm really happy to be able to do this interview with you. It's awesome to still be involved with the program. Um, so why don't we start off by, I was kind of curious to hear about how the program has been for you so far and kind of maybe like what you've taken away from, I know you were also in last year's, finalist crew. So yeah, if you want to just tell us a little bit about what it's meant to you or what you've taken away from it.
So all in all, the program has been like really useful in learning how to like fully express myself because before I started writing poetry, like I was just like really quiet and stuff. Like I'm still pretty quiet unless when I'm not as comfortable, but it's like I'm able to be in a space where I'm able to just be me. Writing wise, I was able to like express myself through that writing, and it was able to bring me out of a place that I didn't even know I could be. And it was just like over quarantine that I didn't really have an outlet until towards the end. So it was really helpful towards like those last couple of months of just like knowing what I was, like who I was in a sense, because I didn't really speak that much.
Yeah, that's great. I feel like that was a big part of the program for me as well, like finding that voice, that authentic voice that's you. So glad to hear that. Why don't you talk a little bit about like what poetry has meant for you? I know you said, it was an important outlet, but is there anything you would want to add about, yeah, what you love about poetry or how it weaves into the rest of your life?
Um, for with poetry, it's like a way of expression for me because uh in a lot of places I've been labeled like the angry Black girl like um because like if a discussion starts and people ask my input, I just give them the truth. And with writing poetry, it's like, oh, you can't feel that way. Yes, I can. It's right there on paper. And it's just like nobody can really argue with something that you've published under your name or an alias. Like I have a couple of poems I've posted before like I even had my name on my account, and it was just like there.
Yeah.
And then I started getting recognition for it, and it just felt like good to know that people related to the things that I was going through. So I started putting my name, I started putting my handle, and I've just like built this community with other poets that's like really like stress free, and it's just like you can just do anything with them.
That's amazing. I love to hear you bring up like the poet community because I feel like that's such a strong community, especially among like young poets.
I've learned to control my emotions in a sense
Mm,
and just be able to fully communicate my needs with other people. Like, yeah, I'm still struggling because I'm still developing as a human being. With poetry, it's like some topics I thought that I couldn't breach.
mm,
And with everything that's going on, me and my friend performed an abortion rights poem at a college.
yeah.
And this one person in the class was just glaring at us because we're teenage Black girls talking about abortion rights,
Mm,
because like a couple of our friends have had pregnancy scares. So it's just like, it's something that we can relate to more because of the environment that we're growing up in. And it's just like, I don't know. It's very interesting when I see those reactions. Like I kind of laugh and brush it off, but it still speaks about human nature.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think it's an important sort of lesson in life, I think, when you have a powerful voice and you use it, that there's, gonna be a mix of reactions to it. But I think it was, I feel like maybe we could even take it as a positive sign that if it was only one person glaring at you, you know?
You know something that I find funny? That same day, I got my very first hate comment
Wow.
on a Mother's Day post.
What an interesting thing to hate comment on.
Yeah. But I found it very interesting. I left it alone, and my friends were the ones up in those comments like, excuse me, how dare you? But it was just like, it felt nice to feel supported. But then at the end of the day, it was something that I felt that I needed to handle. And the second that I'm like reporting the account, blocking the account, they become homophobic, transphobic, and very racist.
Yeah.
And you know something that I find crazy? A couple of the things that I've posted have been taken down as hate speech or as like harassment or bullying.
Wow.
When it'll literally be poems about my life, like the things that I've experienced. And I reported the account, reported all of their comments, and Instagram was just like, oh, well, we can't find anything wrong with what they're saying. Like, yes, I blocked them. Yes, I deleted the message, but it's still there.
Yeah. That's intense. What do you tend to write about and why? I know you already brought up like abortion rights, so I'm curious if there's any other like major themes that you like to write about or gravitate toward writing about.
I gravitate towards writing about the education system and my experiences within it.
Mm.
I tend to write about like my self-identity and the relationships that I have with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I also tend to write about just like I'll take like in my mind, the way that I do it is I'll write based on how it's performed in my head.
Mm.
Like it'll need to be performed in my head before I can even write a letter down. And it's for a couple of them, then it's like I embody something else and write like that. Like I have an ode to the cat, and it's like I'm in that situation. And it'll be just based off of observations that I've had.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very weird. And I feel like a couple of people go to asylums for hallucinations, but but look, it's not hurting nobody.
No, I mean that's the beauty of writing, right? You can occupy different perspectives that you don't usually otherwise get to. That's awesome. Yes, I love that you have passion for all of these things because I'm right there with you. And you guys are the ones with the voices that I think can make, you know, such a roar when it comes to these issues because they directly affect you, right?